evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's Tuesday night, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to go street stock racing with XCAL tonight, coming to you from the Nashville Fairgrounds, and this promises to be an exciting one. I've noticed in practice on cold tires and on that bottom line, the cars are extraordinarily loose. Things are going to get really spicy out here really quickly. It is an old track, a bumpy track, a historic track, and yeah, things just tend to get exciting here very quickly, especially on the exit of turn 4. Good evening, everybody. Hope you are all having a great night. Welcome to the show, and let's get this party started. A big night for several drivers trying to race their way into the All-Star event. One of those drivers is Michael DiCarlo. And Michael, I looked earlier, just one spot out. You don't need much to get in.
Yeah, we don't need much to get in, but you know what? I'm thinking we're probably gonna need the fan vote to get in. But I got this flaming card in my setup this week from Mr. Gerald Poole, and we got some secret sauce.
Well, secret sauce is likely some Navy Joe in the gas tank. I've been telling you, that'll just send you flying around the track.
My friend, I just ordered 5 pounds. My 5 pounds of Navy Joe will be here next week. And ordered it like the tides. I ain't never going to run out.
It is definitely a good idea, man. You've been getting better and better week in and week out. Obviously, last week did not go your way, but this has definitely been a learning season, but you continue to get faster.
Every week, that's the measure that we're going on. You know, we might get our butt kicked out here, which is an excellent sponsor, Butt Kicker, by the way. Out here weekly, it would seem, but we are improving every week, and that's the goal.
Well, man, keep up the good work. It's been a great season so far. Looking forward to seeing what tonight and the rest of the season holds for you.
Appreciate that, Doug. Appreciate you doing the broadcast. And we also appreciate Admin Box, Tri-E Cooler Crew, Butt Kicker, JT Mobile Pressure Washer, and Navy Joe Coffee.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Another driver trying to race his way in, but definitely going to need that vote. Richie Joplin. Richie, voting starts Friday, and you really need a little help there.
Yeah, I need a little help. It's my fourth race here with XCAL. I'm like, 32nd MP, whatever you call it. I don't even know. I'm just still learning all this stuff here at XCAL. I'll take all the votes I can get to get in it.
Well, I know the voting will go up Friday, and I know you got a lot of friends in the racing community, the Nowski guys, the BRR guys. Man, you're likely going to have a lot of folks behind you.
I hope so. I mean, if I can't get voted in, I try to race my way in. If it don't work out, it just don't work out.
Well, man, I'm wishing you the best of luck. Hopefully tonight you get a great race. There's still that long shot of potentially racing your way in, but it's going to take a lot to make that happen.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot. I mean, we got a lot of good competition here, so a lot of tough guys have to try to beat, and that's not easy. So hopefully I have some luck on my side.
I hope so, man. Good luck tonight, Richie.
Thank you, Doug.
And finally, J.R. Tanksley, definitely going to have to get a big fan vote to get in the race next week. But, J.R., how you feeling about tonight?
Early on, the car's going to be sketchy, but longer the run goes, the car's getting a lot better. So hopefully we can get a good finish here and get the guys with our sponsors at Key Heating and Cooling and the Speedway Review and Trafco Transport to give us some good votes this weekend. And my goal is to go in and spoil the party for the so-called big dogs. So we're going to give it all it's got and leave it out on the line.
I know this is one of your favorite tracks, and you keep fighting for it. We want to keep the track alive, so tonight a big win could go a long way for you.
Oh yeah, keeping this track around is not only important to me, but to a lot of other guys. So just go to savemyfairgrounds.org, put in your sign your name for the petition, and the more petitions we get, the better chance we have for Bristol Motor Speedway to be able to purchase this track and bring NASCAR back to Nashville and keep local racing alive.
I certainly hope so, man. Hope this track is here long after we are gone. Good luck tonight, buddy. Hopefully you make it into the All-Star.
Appreciate it, Doug.
JR Tanksley ready to go, and some big news. Good evening, Cody. Good evening, J-Dog. Seems J-Dog and Nick not here tonight. Tanya is always cheering on Flying Ryan, and rumor has it tonight is Gerald Thanos Poole's 75th start. So hopefully we'll see Gerald up there battling for the win before the night is over. I will let him know, Cody. All the drivers wrapping up practice here tonight. Also, Kyle Terzak is back in the field. He was here for one race earlier in the season, pulled off the win, and we haven't seen him since. And a familiar name in the car tonight, his rookie race. Mr. D.P. Riggins rolls out tonight in the 23 car. The whole field is here tonight. King Matthew the Bear, Johnny Evans, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle McRecken Martin. J.R. Tanksley, Flying Ryan is here. Sean Patrick, Joe Campbell is here. Earl Seams is back in the car tonight as well. Earl in the 88. Word has it that J-Dog and the college kid are chilling on a beach in Florida. Yet, and they went there to miss an XCAL race. Wow. I honestly didn't think we were allowing J-Dog to have vacations. Team owners are not allowed to go away. Didn't you know that? Just a few seconds left to go, folks. It's about time to go racing at Nashville. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. From Nashville, Lataro the Butcher with a new t-shirt in the web shop starts on the pole next to Kyle Terzak. Matt Pelletier, Stephen Rex on the second, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Martin on the third, Jared Mogart, Richie Joplin on the fourth, Sean Andrews and Johnny Evans round out the top 10. Jeff Edgar starts in 11th, King Matthew the Bear in 12th. Flying Ryan starting in 13th next to rookie D.P. Riggins in 14th. Jose Godino in 15th, Brett Edgar in 16th, Rondoletto in 17th, Brim Mecca starts in 18th, Joe Campbell in 19th, and Earl Seams starting in 20th. Michael DiCarlo and Gerald Poole, 21st and 22nd. Cristiano Roca and Matt Zaccardo, 23rd and 24th. Steven Seams, J.R. Tanksley, and Sean Patrick round out the 27 car field here tonight. Don't forget, while they have their pace laps behind the iRacing pace truck, take a moment, hit that like, follow, subscribe, most importantly, hit that share button. Invite your friends and family. They are not going to want to miss out on this one. Aaron Hellebusch up in the flag stand, getting ready to send these guys to green flag racing. It is going to get bumpy. This is an old bumpy track. The cars move around a lot all over the track. And I'm willing to bet none of these cars come home with clean body panels. And a caution has flown. They are delaying the green. It looks like there may have been a problem back behind. Trying to ascertain what has happened here. Look like the issue may have started at the back. Oh! It looks like some accordion going on mid-pack. Joe Campbell gets a piece of it. Steven seems, man, they are already banged up. Well, that is definitely not the way the drivers wanted this night to start. Joe Campbell's car looked like it may have got the worst of it as the iRacing pace truck hits pit road. Finally, we are about to go green at the Fairgrounds. Green flag is in the air there, down and away at the Fairgrounds. Kyle Terzak on the high side gets a run. Out at 2, Latara tries to fight back. Pelletier in 3rd, Stephen Rex in 4th. Side by side, but keep an eye on the exit of turn 4 tonight. There is a big bump in the middle of turn 4 as you're coming back out onto the straightaway that really upsets the car. Lataro has the lead for the moment, holding off Terzak. Pelletier in 3rd, Stephen Rex in 4th, Jimmy Johnson in 5th, has the fastest lap so far. Tammy seems cheering on Flying Ryan as well. As Terzak on the move up top, can he make it stick this time? Out of turn 2, Lataro pulling back up. Earl Seams appears to have gone to pit road. Steven Seams has had a problem and towed to pit road. A rough start for several drivers. Let's see what happened to Steven. Steven heads off into turn 1. We talked about how bumpy and tricky this track is. He just gets loose off the bumps in turn 2, ends up on pit road. And J.R. Tanksley has come to pit road. Earl Seams is still sitting on pit road. I have to wonder if some of this was due to the incident prior to the green flag. Meanwhile, Lataro's looking back underneath Terzak for the lead. They're going to be into lap traffic before too much longer. Octavio Rondoletto just set the fastest lap. He is up 7 spots into 10th. As of right now, the biggest mover in the field. Lataro is still holding on to the lead after getting back past Terzak. Now Matt Pelletier on the attack. I watched Pelletier a little bit in practice earlier. He was practically drifting through the turns. Earl Seams is on his way back out. Steven Seams on his way back out. J.R. Tanksley is still sitting on pit road. Hey, good evening, Mark Dantuma. Kyle Martin out 2 spots into 4th place. Richie Joplin up 3 spots now into 5th place. Richie, one of those drivers that needs some help from you, the fans, to get into the into the All-Star race. That All-Star vote starts Friday morning at 6 a.m. Hey, good evening, Danny. Good evening, Sketch. Octavio now up to 8th as Earl Seams has had another problem. Still do not know why Earl went to pit road. There's Earl headed off into 3 and 4. And looks like he got that bump in the middle of turn 4 and just sent that car to the inside wall. Gets it backed up and does get it rolling. Drives it back to pit road. Meanwhile, Lataro already into lap traffic coming by Steven Seams. Michael DiCarlo in 24th, right on the bumper of Joe Campbell and Sean Patrick. Sean Andrews currently running in 11th, but got a top 5 finish last week. Has the bad luck streak ended for Sean? Hey, good evening, Muppy. Oh, we've got our first caution of the night. Richie Joplin, Matt Pelletier involved on lap 22. There's Richie in the 75. Pelletier just ahead in the Oh, looks like Pelletier may have gone off the bumper of McRecken. Looking down from the blimp. Yep, McRecken just barely taps his bumper. Sends him around. Richie nowhere to go. And the vast majority of the field has come to pit road. Brett Edgar, Matt Pelletier, Jeff Edgar, Gerald Poole, and Sean Patrick all stay out to get some track position here. Now they are coming in. And you'll note that pit road entrance. We'll try and get another look at it here in a moment. It could be fatal. Likely will take somebody out before the end of the night. Especially if they have green flag stops here. I have never broadcast a race at this track that had green flag stops that some drivers' race did not end at that wall. Every race, every time somebody gets taken out at pit road entry. Matt Zaccardo, the rookie here tonight, he is back on pit road now. And Kyle Terzak has reassumed the lead. Steven Seams is in position to get waved back to the lead lap. Richie Joplin, Joe Campbell, both one lap down. Could be waved around here in a moment. Richie is waved back to the lead lap, so is Campbell. That'll give us 23 cars on the lead lap. A rough start tonight for Joe. Hopefully he can make a comeback after that incident on the pace laps. Lights are back out on the pace truck. Kyle Terzak in control of the restart. iRacing truck is back on pit road. And here we go, out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air. And this time Terzak beats Lataro, into turn 1 and quickly claims the lead. The Butcher currently in second, and Lataro has a new shirt in the XCAL web shop. It only comes in one color, beef flavored. It is a very cool looking shirt, I might add. A whole lot more new stuff coming this season. J.R. Tanksley is finally back out on track. He went to pit road on lap 5, is just now getting back out 27 laps down. BP Riggins also in his rookie XCAL race, now up 7 spots into 7th place. DP is well known in the Nowski Nation circles. Octavio Rondoletto is up 14 spots now into 3rd, right on his teammate's back bumper. And Johnny Evans, Stephen Rex in the top 5, DP now in 6th, Mogard in 7th. Mogard coming off that big win last week, finally getting into victory lane in his rookie season. And as we mentioned earlier, Sean Andrews now up into 8th at a great run last week, excuse me, breaking the bad luck streak. And it looks like, despite being on vacation, J-Dog Seams is available. Let's see if we can get a word with him. J-Dog, I have to ask, how much are you missing being here tonight?
I'll tell you, I was there.
I can imagine it's turning out to be a very interesting race, especially considering the way it started.
It was. I was watching the start. Unfortunately, I'm not at my computer, so I'm on a little bit of a delay by a couple of laps. But I did see that they had some problems under caution there with the Carlo getting into Campbell, which in turn, Earl running for me, they had some contact and it damaged his car right off the bat. I was pretty disappointed, but just giving them encouragement, you know, rooting for all the team and all the J&S guys. Hope we can have some good finishers here.
How many cars, looking at it right now, do you know how many cars you're going to have in the All-Star race?
I am not 100% sure. I need a little help here. Not that I want to say this out loud, but I need a little help with the Carlo, and I need a couple guys there in the back, not to finish in the top 3, to ensure that I'll be in the top 20 after this week, as I'm not in the car.
Well, that would definitely help. You're not being here is going to hurt a bit, but your team has been doing amazing all season long and looking very, very strong coming into tonight.
It has. It's been a good year, especially for a first-year team. We got King Matthews Bear driving, and I know we have Alex Crapser and Noah Carpenter in limited capacity. And with my brother being able to jump into a few and on both the road courses, and my brother Steven's in here just learning, working with us and with the JNS guys and just trying to get, as much experience as he can.
Well, it's going great so far. Your team has definitely been on fire. King Matthew the Bear has gotten you multiple wins already this season as well.
He has done good. I think he might only have one win, but other than 2 weeks where he had crashes that really weren't his or Sean's fault, them 2 races hurt, but he did good making up last week with some points and span that point lead back up to 100 points. And, maybe you might not see him too early here at the front, but be looking for him at the end of the race.
That always does seem to be the way with the King. Man, anything else you got for us coming into tonight? How were the cars on track?
It's definitely a pretty loose setup here tonight, from what the guys were saying. And that's a pretty hard obstacle in itself. You got to really baby it for the first few laps, but they have real good turn in the center, and they go pretty good on fuel mileage here.
Man, I'm wishing you guys the best of luck. Hoping you're enjoying your vacation, you and the college kid as well. And good luck to the team, and good luck next week in the All-Star race.
I really appreciate it. Thanks, Doug. And I just wanted to jump in here, say hi. Tell everybody check out the XCAL web shop. There's tons of new merchandise from my team, from all the teams. There's a bunch of great stuff. I bought a bunch myself. Nick's bought some. I've had some family members buy some. And just, want everyone to check that out. And wanted to just thank you for all the time you put into this, just because I know it's coming to an end here, and I'm just wondering what your plans are for the future going forward.
Nothing solid we're ready to announce yet, but we are working on a couple of different things.
All right, well, we've loved having you and have a suck at iRacing, and me and everybody else, we wish you the best of luck. And I also want to just shout out to all the fans and family that watch these broadcasts. They all love it. It's great to watch. I can tell you I'd much rather be in the race, but I'm going to watch it if I'm not there.
Well, man, good luck to you. Good luck to your team. Stay safe, and look forward to seeing you next week.
All right, I appreciate it, Doug, and I'd like to just thank all the sponsors, and everybody get your votes in for that All-Star race. It's going to be Monday, and I'll be back for it, and we can't wait.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
All right, thanks, Doug.
And a couple of incidents there while we were talking to him. Richie Joplin is officially out of the race. And problems for Lataro. Let's take a quick look. Lataro on the bottom battling for the lead. Couldn't tell. I don't know that there was contact through 1 and 2, but Lataro got loose, had to gather it up, and lost a ton of track position. That is gonna hurt in a big way. After being up front, he drops to 7. And as we mentioned, it appears Richie Joplin is out of the race after the incident with Kyle McRecken-Martin. A heartbreak for a guy who was looking for a win tonight to get himself into the All-Star event. I'm quite sure there will be words had. Those are two guys that race together 2 nights a week. They both race in Jones BS Racing. And Steven seems lost his engine. This has been a catastrophic night for a couple of teams here. Octavio Rondoletto has moved into the lead. Kyle Terzak in second, Johnny Evans third, and DP Riggins in his rookie race now up into fourth. Jared Mogart currently in fifth. Can he go back-to-back wins? Stephen Rex in 6th, Lataro 7th, Sean Andrews 8th, Matt Pelletier in 9th, and Jimmy Johnson in 10th. And let's go ahead and take our first commercial break. But folks, don't go anywhere. You won't miss a thing. We'll go side by side and be back in just a moment. Stay with us. And we are back. Octavio continues to lead and is closing down on J.R. Tanksley. We saw J.R. pull in on lap 5. He was on pit road for a very long time. He was behind Joe Campbell at the start, and I have to wonder if that's one of the cars that got tore up during that incident on the pace laps. Kyle Terzak still holds second. Johnny Evans now up to third. DP Riggins and Jared Mogard round out the top 5. DP's first XCAL race. I was talking to him before the race. And he did say coming into this one, it was just about taking care of the car and being there at the end. So far, so good for Riggins. Stephen Rex now at 6, Lataro 7th, Matt Pelletier in 8th, Kyle McGrecken Martin back in 9th, Brent Meckes in 10th. As we mentioned, Richie Joplin and Steven Seams both out of the race early. Now it looks like Richie is back out on track with more repairs. The car is definitely not up to speed, but he is out here to score some points. And looking for that fan vote to get him into the All-Star race next week. Sean Andrews has slipped back into 11th place, but you gotta say, Sean finally back in the top 5 last week after a bunch of bad luck in the first half of this season. To see that finally turn around, a guy who has in the past battled for championships, it was awesome to see him back up toward the front. Frank cheering on Gerald Thanos Poole. Gerald up 4 spots now into 18th. Another guy trying to race his way in tonight, Michael DiCarlo, said he's got a faster car using a setup from Flaming Karma Racing tonight. That car felt really good. We'll see how it goes. But the leader is coming by. DiCarlo currently sitting in 22nd. DiCarlo just outside of the top 20 coming into tonight. Meanwhile, Octavio out front, starting to open up a small gap on Kyle Terzak. Jose Godino is down low, and here comes Jose into pit road. He missed the wall. Most of the drivers said 60 to 70 laps on the tank of fuel. With that early caution and the extended pace laps, they are likely to go a bit further. Jeff Edgar has had a problem. He has gone to pit road. There's Jeff. Oh, he started blinking. He lost connection. Joe Campbell has come in, Jose Godino. Sean Andrews is on pit road. Kyle Martin on pit road. Jimmy Johnson is also on pit road. Hey, good evening, Ken. Octavio now has 7/10 of a second on Kyle Terzak. And rookie Matt Zaccardo is now up into the top 10 as pit stops begin to cycle through. King Matthew the Bear back up to 9th. As tire wear is definitely, and Octavio is giving up the lead and coming in. Tire wear is definitely playing an issue here tonight. Since the drop of the green, actually since that pit stop on lap 23, they have lost almost a second a lap. DP Riggins is on pit road. Jared Mogard, Flying Ryan, Octavio, Sean Patrick, Gerald Poole, and Brett Edgar all in. That was a little too much information, Ken. And Johnny Evans cycles through, takes the lead for the first time tonight. I'm really surprised we haven't seen more people stretching the fuel on this first stop to pick up a few bonus points. Johnny Evans, Lataro, and Johnny Evans is coming in, and so far, nobody has had problems getting on pit road. Looks like Lataro and King Matthew the Bear are the last two to come in. Kevin, I had not heard about that. As Lataro gives up the lead, Matt Bear goes to the lead for the first time tonight. Remember, Matt is known for extending that fuel run. He is going to stay out as long as he possibly can. No, Matt was way loose through 3 and 4. He definitely needs some new tires. It'd be interesting to know what kind of tire wear these guys are getting. And here comes King Matthew the Bear. Octavio Rondoletto likely to cycle back to the lead here. With Brent Mekas now moving into second. Kyle Turzak lost a lot of ground on pit road. He is currently scored in 7th place. His pit stop time was on average with everybody else. However, he was slow in and off of pit road. And Octavio cycles back to the lead. Don't forget, next Tuesday night at 7 Eastern, an earlier start time, we will have the XCAL All-Star event. The top 20 in the most valuable drivers will be competing to be the XCAL All-Star. And one person will be voted in by the fans. You can start voting Friday morning. And I do believe Frank is still on a suspension. His whole team. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Last week they were not able to race due to multiple penalties. Jared Mogard now up into second place. Evans in third. Terzak is now back to fourth. Stephen Rex in fifth. Brim Meckes up 12 spots into sixth. Lataro in seventh. Pelletier in eighth. McRecken in ninth. And Thanos in his 75th start up into the top 10. And see who all will be making it in to the All-Star race as of right now. Here you see the top 15 as of right now. These 15 drivers likely pretty much locked in. But the top 20 will be in the All-Star event. Right now, Cristiano Roca sits in 20th. He took that from Michael DiCarlo last week. Kyle Terzak's race tonight could help keep him in the battle as well. And Nick the college kid not being here tonight could be have a big impact. Also, as many of you know, looks like Jeff Ecker tried to get back out and had problems again. Jeff's still sitting on pit road. As I was saying, as many of you know, after 3 years of doing this, the All-Star race will be my final XCAL broadcast. So I hope you all come out, like, share, comment, and I hope you guys all come back every week. We've got a lot of great racing. We've got GT3 NSS on Sunday mornings, BRR Cup Series Sunday night, Jones BS Racing Monday night, Nowski Racing Wednesday, and Home Motorsports on Thursday. Plus, we will have some new stuff coming very, very soon, including a couple of special events. So I hope you all drop by, drop in the comments, and say hello whenever possible. After pit stops, DP Riggins dropped back quite a bit, but is now back into the top 10, coming by Gerald Poole in 11th. And Jimmy Johnson in 12th, trying to close back in. Looks like some of the drivers may have done 2 tire stops. Guys like Brent Meckes, who had an 8-second faster pit stop than almost everybody. Gerald Poole a 10-second faster. Jose Godino also had a 10-second faster stop. As Richie Joplin is back on pit road. Getting word down in Jeff Edgar's area, there are severe thunderstorms likely impacting his connection. Octavio Rondoletto is in the lead. J.R. Tanksley multiple laps down in second, and Sean Andrews is on pit road. Sean currently has dropped back to 26th. Trying to look back and see what has happened to Sean. He was in the top 10 when he hit pit road. It looks like Sean Andrews has just been sitting on pit road since he came in. Doesn't look like Sean had any incidents on track. The car looks okay. No idea what has happened with Sean. After thinking the bad luck had been shaken, it appears not. Also, let's see if we can ride along on the nose cam of Octavio Rondoletto, and you see all those black specks on the outside. That is the tires as they come apart. That is pieces of the tire, and if the drivers get up there too high, well, things can go horribly wrong. There is zero grip up in that mess. Octavio going by Jimmy Johnson, putting him a lap down in 12th. Setting his sights on 11th place, Gerald Thanos Poole. DP Riggins takes 9th from McRecken. As we talked about earlier, after that early incident, McRicken giving Richie Joplin a tap. Richie is not happy with Kyle. Richie normally not one to do some payback, but Richie's out of contention tonight. Who knows what'll happen? Lataro has fought his way back up into the top 5 in 4th place. After that battle earlier with Turzak just behind in 6th. Turzak lost a lot of ground on pit road. There's the leader, and you can see, let's see if we can get a different angle so you guys can see just how everybody, there are cars everywhere on the track. Looking down from the fan view in the stands, this field is just spread out. Looks like there's a little bit of a pack coming down the front straightaway, but pretty much the entire track has a car on it. Octavio still out front. Jared Mogard in 2nd, about 8 seconds back. As we begin to approach the point where we'll see our first round of green flag stops. Actually, our second round, excuse me. We have had one round of pit stops under yellow, and then a round of green flag stops, and about to have another round as Gerald Thanos Poole is in. Let's see if we can take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll look at where everybody is and where all the battles are going on. Stick around, folks. And we are back. Hey, thanks, Frank. Hope you're doing great tonight, buddy. And Octavio Rondoletto heads to pit road as our second round of pit stops is underway. Kyle Martin completing hers. Brett Edgar is in. Matt Pelletier is in. Jimmy Johnson has completed his. DP Riggins had made his way to 7th. He is now in. Matt Bear now up to 6th, but has current leader Johnny Evans on his bumper. The King may be in trouble here. Pit stop cycling through at the moment. Jared Mogart currently scored in 2nd as King Matthew the Bear goes up the track. Lataro now looking under Mogart. Couldn't quite get there. A lot of drivers kissing that outside wall on the backstretch. Sean Patrick now on pit road. Sean Andrews still on pit road. Mogard heads to pit road. Stephen Rex also now on pit road. However, as we saw earlier, we saw Matt Bear lose a lap just now. Most of the field pitted on or around lap 95 last time. Matt Bear stretched it to lap 102. As Kyle Terzak gives up 3rd, he is on pit road. They had one wreck early on. Kevin had one wreck early on and one on the pace laps because somebody made a boo-boo. Johnny Evans Evans trying to stretch his fuel a little bit further this time. J.R. Tanksley is back on pit road. Earl Seams has completed it. Caution! Caution is out. It looks like DeCarlo may be involved. Lap 165 and several drivers are in trouble. Several drivers will end up trapped a lap down here. Johnny Evans, Lataro, Matt Bear, Flying Ryan, Cristiano Roca are the biggest winners on this deal. Matt Bear, Ryan Seams, Cristiano Roca had not pitted yet. They should be the three cars to get waved around. As Johnny Evans and Lataro head to pit road. Let's see what happened with DeCarlo. Oh, DeCarlo is the first. Pit road entry here is so tricky. And if you miss it by an inch, you're getting into that barrier. This is definitely going to throw some strategy out the window for a few of these drivers, and a few of these guys are definitely going to benefit. The guys that were stretching the fuel to the absolute limit. Cristiano Roca coming out of pit road, currently in fifth. Waiting to see how all of this shakes out, but a few drivers are going to lose a lot here. As of right now, Lataro, Johnny Evans, Matt Bear, and Flying Ryan, the only four cars on the lead lap. Octavio Rondoletto is back on pit road. As is Matt Bear. Matt could end up losing the lap he just regained. Looked like several drivers that were in front of the leader got waved past the pace car, getting a lap back. But at the moment, still only four cars scored on the lead lap, and Flying Ryan is having problems on pit road. I don't know He just lost a lap. I don't know what's going on. So that takes us back down to 3 drivers on the lead lap. Lautaro Lamperti, Johnny Evans, who will start side by side, and King Matthew the Bear at the tail end of the field. Ryan is still on pit road in his pit box as the green flag flies once again. Tanya, oh no, indeed is right. Kyle Turzak trying to find his way back forward, as is Octavio, Cristiano Roca, and King Matthew the Bear. Michael DiCarlo is back off of pit road. Caution is back out. J.R. Tanksley, D.P. Riggins, and Joe Campbell involved. Our third caution of the night. Ryan Seams is back out on track. We'll see how he shakes out. They are heading off into turn 3. Kyle just gets right in his bumper. He turns him up in a hard hit. Collects Joe Campbell and DP. DP in his rookie race right behind Joe. Joe got hosed on those pace laps at the beginning. And wow, DP just gets turned hard into the wall. Nothing JR could do. Looking overhead from the blimp at the initial crash, Kyle just gets way in there. Man, 3 good cars caught up in that. That does move a few cars back to the lead lap. Lautaro, Johnny Evans, King Matthew the Bear, Cristiano Roca, Kyle Turzak, and Brim Mekas now back on the lead lap. Flying Ryan comes off pit road in 18th place. DP Riggins, Joe Campbell, J.R. Tanksley, all on pit road. Looks like DP's damage was thankfully, very minimal. Joe, a rough start to the night, got caught up on that pace lap incident. And that car was already, unfortunately, pretty banged up. We knew this race would get a little bumpy tonight, but wow. The Nowski Nation is... Hey, good evening, Kirk. Thank you, buddy. The Nowski Nation is off tomorrow night. But don't worry, folks. We will likely have some race sessions up for everybody to join as we begin practicing for the Coke 600 and the Indy 500. If you were here back in '01, you know that I did both multiple times. I don't think I'll be doing them multiple times this year, but we'll be competing in both. DP Riggins comes off pit road in 15th. Joe Campbell unfortunately still sits on pit road. Richie Joplin in 21st, DeCarlo in 22nd, and Kyle McRecken Martin appears to be out of the race. As they stack back up, getting ready for the green flag. And it is official, folks. Kyle McRecken Martin is out of the race. And let's have a little fun on the restart. Why don't you guys crank up the volume? I'll stop talking and enjoy all the horsepower. Crank it up, everybody. And we are back as Jimmy Johnson appears to have had a problem. Right after the restart, let's see what happened with Jimmy. Jimmy in the middle of a big pack, looking low. Richie was there a little closer than Jimmy realized. Jimmy able to quickly recover the car, turn it back the right way, but lost a ton of time and track position as he gets going again. J.R. Tanksley has had an issue and gone to pit road. And looks like JR had a blinking and connection problem. Lataro still out front. Johnny Evans in second. Speaking of meat, since Ken Zeems brought up the meat, don't forget to check out the XCAL Racing web shop, xcalracing.com/shop. There are a lot of cool new shirts and more coming, including the Flaming Karma Racing shirt, the J&S Racing shirt. All the teams will have team shirts before too much longer. And not to mention that the Butcher Lataro has a t-shirt out there as well now. It only comes in one color, meat. DP Riggins has had a problem and gone to pit road. DP already down on the apron, missed the entry. Looks like DP's engine, let's go back a little bit. Watch DP for a lap or so here and see if we can see. He was extremely slow. He had that hard hit earlier. And I'm just wondering if the engine finally let go. See if we can get in car with him real quick. That car is definitely not at full song going down the straightaway. And I'm willing to bet the engine just let go. Yep, right there you can heard a little puff, and then the car just came to a stop. A heartbreak for DP, his first ever XCAL event. He was keeping the car clean, was up battling in the top 5 earlier on. Lost some ground on pits under the first pit stop. But it fought his way back into the top 10, was moving forward, now out with a damaged car. Worth noting Cristiano Rocca, who's back on the lead lap in 6th, currently up 17 spots after starting in 23rd. Cristiano on the march. He is closing the gap on 5th place, Kyle Terzak. King Matthew the Bear in 4th, starting to close in on Octavio, Johnny Evans, and Lataro. Gerald Poole up 9 spots at the moment into 13th in his 75th career start here tonight. Sean Patrick up 13 spots into 14th. Sean has just been having quiet nights here lately, but when it gets down to the end, he is there when it counts. Flying Ryan, after problems on that last pit stop, came off pit road back in 18th, has fought to 15th. Ken, if you're looking for some good coffee, I highly recommend Navy Joe coffee. And don't forget, anybody in the HTSAI community can use code Navy Joe to get 10% off. While they're running laps under the the green. We are going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll go side by side. You won't miss a thing. Stay with us. And we are back, just over 100 laps to go at the Nashville Fairgrounds. When the race is over, make sure you go check out the XCAL web shop, www.xcal.com/shop, and get all your XCAL racing gear, your busting at the seams gear, your J&S racing gear, your Fleming Karma racing, your Nine Shiza racing. And the team leading in the points right now, Fastlane Motorsports, has some gear out there as well. Check them out. Also sponsored in part by Tri-E Inc. and the Cooler Crew. And admin controls provided by Admin Box. Use code XCAL-BOX to save 10% at www.adminbox.com. Also, while you're at it, don't forget there is a pinned post on our Facebook page, and you can get some HTSAI gear. And we have a new shirt we are working on coming soon, but several shirts, including the Unicorn Trucking shirt and the How to Suck at iRacing shirt and coffee mug. Lataro continuing to lead, followed by Octavio Rondoletto. Now in second, Johnny Evans in third, King Matthew the Bear in fourth, Kyle Terzak in fifth, Cristiano Roca up to sixth place. Speaking of Octavio, Lataro, and Cristiano, don't forget they do have a new shirt out at XCALRacing.com. The Sweep at Martinsville t-shirt. Flaming Karma Racing got all three podium spots and fifth place at Martinsville. The first time, I do believe, one of the first times a team has ever swept the podium. Actually, now that I think about it, I think J&S Racing actually swept the podium at a race last year. Hopefully Danny can confirm that. Cristiano Roca now in, as it looks like some of the pit stops are starting again. King Matthew the Bear in third, trying to climb back up to the top of the MVD score, as Octavio Rondoletto took the top of the most valuable driver a couple weeks ago and has not looked back. He has pulled away. Coming into this week, Rondoletto has a $50 lead over King Matthew the Bear. Lataro in third, Jared Mogart in fourth in his rookie season. Rim Mecca's currently in fifth. Also, don't forget, starting Friday morning at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m., you can start voting for the drivers outside the top 20 in points to get them in to the All-Star race. Go vote for Michael DiCarlo, Johnny Evans, Matt Pelletier, John Friley, Sean Andrews, Frank Klein, Ken Zeems, Gerald Thanos Poole, Albie Hewitt, Jared Heasley, and many, many more. And speaking of the rookies, Lataro currently leading the rookie standings by quite a bit. About $134 lead at the moment. Looking at owner points, busting at the seams at the top with the King. Then the 48 and the 91 owned by Gerald Poole, second and third. Danny Sargent has fourth and fifth in the 00 and the 131. All the teams here this season definitely having great seasons. It is going to be a tight team battle. Speaking of that team battle, Fastlane Motorsports still has the lead, but only by 30 points over the J&S Racing Aces. Flaming Karma, led by Gerald Poole, continuing to close in. Busting at the seams, not far behind. Hot Trash Motorsports, who will also have a t-shirt soon, back in the back, but they started several races into the season, and Nine Shiza Autosport, led by Frank Klein, they also got a late start to the season, and having their entire team out for 2 races definitely is hurting. And finally, the Monday Night Dash for Cash, Jared Mogard leads that, has so far won $156 this season. And you have to ask yourself one very important question. As Kyle Turzak and Sean Patrick go to pit road, Roscoe P. Coltrane cheering on Nine Shiza. Hey, Roscoe. You have to ask yourself, after the All-Star race next week, I will no longer be broadcasting. Will I make an appearance in a race? Who knows? And if any of the team owners want me to drive for them, you know how to contact me. Nobody can go the distance from here. They're all within their pit window. Everybody within their pit window, but cannot. They're right on the edge, actually, of going the distance from here. 60 to 70 laps is what most of these drivers talked about being able to go. If they can stretch it another about 10 laps, they can make it as Gerald Poole comes in. He gives up 7th place. Great to see Thanos running in the top 10 tonight. Well, Danny said I could come drive for her. I might make a tour of several teams. Another one of the drivers trying to race their way into the All-Star event, Michael DiCarlo, now up to 18th place. With Jason Seams out of the event tonight and Noah Carpenter not in the race tonight, DiCarlo might have and Nick Seams not here, DiCarlo might have a good shot at making it into the All-Star race next week, as Flying Ryan is on pit road. Jared Mogard is in. Octavio Rondoletto is in. "75 laps to go." It would be a stretch to go from here on a tank of fuel. But these drivers definitely want to stretch it at least another 5, possibly 10 laps. Then they can make it on that final stop. Everybody that is pitted before now will have to make a splash and go stop or be extraordinarily conservative on fuel. King Matthew the Bear is on pit road as well. Brent Meckes now in third. Also, he is coming in. He is right on the edge. Can Meckes go from here? Matt Bear stopped on lap 250. If anybody can stretch it 75 laps, that would be the man. He is not clutching it at the moment. Now he is. Matt Bear is in fuel conservation mode. He is not planning on stopping again as Johnny Evans is in. Brent Meckes is in. That leaves Lataro out front for the moment. Cristiano Roca in second will likely need another, in fact we can pretty much guarantee Roca will need another stop. Same with Kyle Terzak, same with Stephen Rex. Lataro Lamperti and King Matthew the Bear appear to be right now as Lataro is in. Those are the only, and Johnny Evans are the only three we know can go the distance. Brent Meckes back in 12th. It's a big question mark. If he can conserve a couple laps of fuel, he should be able to do it. Cristiano Roca now out front has a 6-second lead on Terzak as everybody has completed pit stops. We're going to take our final commercial break. When we come back, folks, we're taking you to the finish. Don't go anywhere. And we are back taking you to the finish. Word has it several drivers are going to be hunting for Kyle Martin in the coming weeks after incidents on track tonight. Things could get interesting. Hey, Roscoe, I'll miss you guys too, buddy. I will still be around, still broadcasting a lot of stuff, so please make sure you check in. Come say hi during one of the other broadcasts. Don't forget, a week from tonight, 7 Eastern, the XCAL All-Star event. You're not going to want to miss out on that as they do battle at Charlotte to be named the All-Star. Cristiano Roca currently in the lead. Kyle Turzak has closed the gap down dramatically, now down to 1.4 seconds. Lataro in third, just 2 seconds back. Stephen Rex in fourth. King Matthew the Bear in fifth. Jared Mogard, Octavio Rondoletto, Matt Pelletier, Johnny Evans, and Brent Mekas ran out the top 10. Gerald Poole in 11th. Jimmy Johnson, a nice comeback, currently running in 12th. Jose Godino in 13th. Flying Ryan is back up into 14th. Sean Patrick in 15th. The rookie Matt Zaccardo in 16th. Richie Joplin in 17th. Brett Edgar in 18th. Michael DiCarlo in 19th. And Jeff Edgar in 20th. Joe Campbell has had a bumpy night, currently in 21st. Earl Seams had a rough start to the night and has fought his way to 22nd. DP Riggins out of the race, as is Kyle Martin. J.R. Tanksley, Steven Seams, and Sean Andrews is still sitting on pit road, but unlikely to come back out. Cristiano Roca in to top off on gas. Turzak to the lead. Lataro back in second, is closing the gap on Kyle. King Matthew the Bear in third, about 5 seconds back, conserving fuel. Jared Mogard back in fourth, and Octavio back into the top 5. Octavio, however, is questionable on fuel. Cristiano Roca up 14 spots rather. Octavio Rondoletto up 12, giving Cristiano Roca the biggest mover of the night thus far. Roca currently in ninth, but closing in on Brent Mekas. And last time by, Turzak opened up the gap on Lataro. Now 2.1 seconds is the gap. Turzak, though, is one of the drivers with a very questionable fuel situation right now. The two cars behind him. Turzak is on pit road. Latoro to the lead. Caution is out. Lap 289, caution is back out. Earl Seams and Stephen Rex involved. Only our fourth caution of the night. Let's see what happened. Earl coming down the front straightaway into turn one. Talked about it early on, how easy it is to get loose. He almost has it saved. Snaps around. Mogart has nowhere to go. And Stephen Rex just a little bit behind. Mogart just barely clipping the car. Stephen Rex doesn't get into him, but gets loose and gets into the wall. And then takes it down the back straightaway in reverse. Latoro actually came back into pit road. Now Octavio's coming in. Kyle Turzak was... Oh, he's going to come in. Matt Bear is going to stay out. Matt Bear now has the lead with Latoro in second. Mogard may move up into third here, but how much damage does he have? He is missing the entire front bumper. That could be a big problem here. Octavio Rondoletto in fourth, Johnny Evans in fifth. Cristiano Roca currently in eighth, not on the lead lap. Will he get waved around here? Five cars currently on the lead lap, waiting to see who gets waved around on this one. Several cars dipping back down pit road, including Turzak. Stephen Rex also on pit road. Earl Seams obviously on pit road. You gotta hand it to Mogard. He is just gonna send it with the damage he's got and get what he can get here. They will restart with less than 30 laps to go here at the fairgrounds. And it's worth reminding everybody that at 10 laps to go, there will be no more cautions. Looking down from hanging out with the fans in the stands. Here we go. Pace truck is in. Green flag is back in the air. King Matthew the Bear quickly to the lead. Lataro and Octavio. Oh, right behind him. Lataro looking underneath. Wreck behind. Caution is back out. The old adage, cautions breed cautions, appearing to play out here. On the restart, Jimmy starts to try and make a move to the high. Oh, Terzak gets in the back of Jimmy Johnson. Gerald Poole catches a piece. Richie Joplin also headed off into 1 and 2 just ahead of this. And it looks like Joe had a problem coming out of 2. Him and Richie get together. There's Joe up on the high side coming out of turn 2. Look like they tried to get 3 wide. Let's get a different angle on that. Looking down at Joe Campbell from the blimp. Yeah, 3 wide. He gets a bump from Johnny Evans. Both Richie and Joe quickly recover, but not before losing a lot of ground. And we may see 3 drivers get waved around here. Jimmy Johnson, Flying Ryan, and Sean Patrick on the pit road. And it should be Brent Mekas, Cristiano Roca, and Matt Pelletier getting waved around. And there goes Mekas to get back to the lead lap. Roca will also be back on the lead lap. And Matt Pelletier will be back on the lead lap as Johnny Evans has gone to pit road. Jimmy Johnson is back on pit road as well, likely to get more repairs. Michael DiCarlo also on pit road, along with Stephen Rex, Joe Campbell, and Earl Seams. As lights are out on the pace truck, we'll have just over 20 to go at the green. Pace truck is in. King Matthew the Bear in control. He fires green back in the air. 22 laps to go at the Fairgrounds. Lataro quickly slides down into second. His teammate Octavio Rondoletto right behind. Lataro underneath the King for the lead. Matt a little wobbly. Brent Meckes has had a problem on the restart. Lataro Lamperti to the lead. Octavio in second. King Matthew the Bear in third. Al Turzak trying to race his way back to the lead lap. Curley sits in eighth. Let's see what happened to Meckes on the start. Coming down the backstretch, Richie Joplin right above him. Oh, checks up just a little bit. Roca gets into him. Meckes goes around, gets the car recovered. Close call, but does get it rolling again. Lost a lot of ground. Lataro and Octavio now have a 1 second gap on third place. Matt Bear. Jared Mogart still holding on in fourth. Matt Pelletier in fifth, trying to close in on him. But Cristiano Roca not far behind in sixth, charging through the field. Brent Meckes, despite that incident, in seventh. Turzak in eighth. Johnny Evans in ninth, and Gerald Thanos Poole holds on to 10th. Jimmy Johnson, despite all his issues, still holds on to 11th. Flying Ryan now back up in 12th. Jose Godino in 13th. Stephen Rex in 14th. Sean Patrick holds 15th. Matt Zaccardo in 16th, Richie Joplin 17th, Brett Edgar in 18th, Michael DiCarlo in 19th, and Jeff Edgar in 20th. Lataro has opened up a lead on Octavio of over a second now. Next time by, they will get the word green, green, green. There will be no more cautions. And there it is, green, green, green. They will have no more cautions here tonight. Octavio still holding on to second. King Matthew the Bear in third. Pelletier in fourth. Mogart still holding on in the top five. Has 1 1/4 seconds on Cristiano Roca. Roca is closing in though. Mogart has to hope that Roca gets stuck in the traffic between them. That missing front clip is really hurting Mogard right now. Roca about to clear the 11 car. Mogard coming by Jose Godino on the high side. Down the front stretch, both drivers to the inside. Lap cars moving up top to let them go. Five laps to go. Lautaro looking at another win here this season. Roca has had a problem. 4 to go. Roca was closing the gap. Now is way behind Mogard. Three laps to go for Lautaro. A lap car and his teammate between him and Matt Bear. Out of turn 4, 2 laps to go for Lautaro the Butcher. He started on the pole, has been in the front half of the field in the top 5 most of the night. And now gets the white flag one more time around for Lautaro. Lautaro has been on fire all season long, and he is going to do it once again. Out of turn 4, Lautaro will win at the Fairgrounds. His teammate Octavio Rondoletto coming home in second. King Matthew the Bear comes home in third. Mogard holds on to a top 5 despite missing his front clip, and let's see what happened to Roca. Cristiano looking to the inside on Mogard. Oh, Mogard comes down, just gets into Roca. Great recovery by Cristiano, but any chance of a top 5 went away right there. It looks like the top 3 are doing a coordinated victory lap. Another podium finish for the defending champ, King Matthew the Bear. Octavio in second, and another win for Lautaro. These 3 have been battling it out all season long. And let's talk to our top 3, starting with the King. Matt, another great run, another podium finish.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really have any speed tonight. I knew going in I didn't really have the car to beat. I was just going in here counting on getting long runs like we normally do. And I pretty much had everybody covered on fuel for the most part. I know I had Octavio by like 9-10 laps of fuel run, and I was setting myself up to give myself the opportunity at the end of the race. And even when we got those cautions in the midpoint, and even with the one that we had at what I think it was about 160 to go, I could have made it at that point. And I was just hoping we go green and stay green. But what can you do, man? We get cautions here and there, screws everything up, and I committed to a gear for a long run, and as you could see, I mean, he got by me with complete ease. There was nothing I could even do to fight him. They had a really good car, both of them did. But, third place, can't be too mad about it. Can, but it ain't going to do no good. But, yeah, I mean, overall, fairly good race. I mean, bunch of crap happened that was just bad. I don't even know what some of that stuff was, but it'll be all right. They'll be doing some extra practice, and I think they'll be doing it at the Chicago Street Course, so they should have a whole bunch of fun doing that. But anyways, just got to give a shout out to Butt Kicker, Tri-E Cooler Crew, Flaming Karma, Paint Shop, Sim Racer Hub, Admin Box, How to Suck at iRacing, and the XCAL Web Shop for just letting us come out here and try to put on a show for you, even if we can't take the green sometimes. It is what it is. But we put on a decent run throughout the rest of the race. But here, this track is just so tough. I mean, man, there's bumps every inch of the track, and you've got to decide if you want to drive through the bumps or ride over top of them, and then you've got to try to set everything else up. And I committed to what I had, and I probably had a second place finish. I might have won the race if we go green, but to come out with a third with probably a 10th place car, you got to be satisfied with that any day of the week.
Well, it was another great run, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
King Matthew the Bear coming home in third. Octavio comes home in second. Octavio, another race, another podium. A great run tonight.
Hi, Doc. Yes, an excellent result. 1-2 again. It's perfect.
Actually, I believe you guys got Flaming Karma ended up with first, second, 6th, and 11th, so quite a team effort tonight.
Yeah, we did an excellent job, all the team, because we were in the race, in the top of the race, during all the stage. Lautaro were in the first place. In the end, I was in the first place in the start. Thinking in different strategies because we don't have nothing broad here, and we had to try to win the 51 because the 51 was pretty fast today. And yes, cautions complicate us, but at the end, at some point, I was benefited by the yellow, so it's okay.
Well, man, another great run for you and for the team. Who would you like to thank tonight?
At first, Flaming Karma Racing, Flaming Karma Paint Shop, my teammate Lautaro, he were doing an excellent job. Being patient, thinking in points and in the money we won today, and that's great because we were together with that. And yeah, all the league sponsors because they make it possible to you for the excellent broadcast. To Bad Kicker, Admin Box, Try Cool Crew, Flaming Karma Paint Shop, Sim Racer Hub for the sponsor of the league, and nothing more to say.
Well, great job. Let me get Lautaro in here and let you translate.
Therefore.
Lautaro, congratulations, back in victory lane. A great win.
Hola, Auti. Felicitaciones. Una carrera genial y bueno, por el resultado que tuvimos.
Muchas gracias. La verdad, cansadísimo. Me mató esta carrera. Saludos para Doug. ¿Cómo anda? No, la verdad no doy más.
That he say racing to you. He's really tired. The race was extremely hard to pass, and yeah, he's dying right now.
I'm sure that this was an exhausting night, but man, before I let you go, anybody, I know Lataro has some folks he wants to thank, and man, what I'm sure you guys are exhausted. This is a tough track.
Bueno, quiere dar las gracias a Lauti, dice que la carrera ha sido como que nos cansó porque es una pista difícil, así que sí.
No, estuvo muy complicado. Venía tranquilo hasta que salió esa amarilla y me complicó todo. Venía cómodo, me había hecho una muy buena estrategia. Pero bueno, esa amarilla me complicó un poco la carrera, por suerte la pude sacar adelante. Y por suerte Rondo pude salir también adelante.
He's saying that caution in the end complicated him because he had the racing in his hand, but happily we are happy because that helped me with my strategy. I was complicated with the crash, so he's happy.
Well, congratulations to you guys, and who does he have to thank tonight?
¿A quién le quiere dar las gracias, Lauti?
Mandarle las gracias a Pool más que nada. Gracias a él estoy corriendo. A vos también, porque sos de muy buena ayuda. Mandarle saludos a mi viejo también que me está mirando, a mi novia. Así que nada, a por la próxima, otra victoria más.
Well, he's saying thanks to his family, his girlfriend, to Gerald Paul because he is making it possible, to you, and yes, we will see you in the next race in the All-Star, Doug.
Yes, we definitely will. Looking forward to seeing both of you guys in that race. Congratulations. You definitely both earned it tonight. Great job, guys.
Thank you so much. We're going for another one too in the All-Star. We had it last year.
Let's hope you pull it off, man. Good luck.
Thank you so much. See you.
Well, folks, that was a wild one. Obviously, the drivers are exhausted, but they got it done tonight. Flaming Karma back on top. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back 7 Eastern next Tuesday for the All-Star event, and check out some of the other broadcasts throughout the week on Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, all the days. Come by when we're streaming, say hello. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did tonight, and have a great night, everyone.